Hello everyone and welcome back to the course Angular Login and Registration with Fake Backend. The topic of this particular tutorial is Root Guard and Support Utility. In this tutorial, we'll be learning how to create root guard and interceptors. Now this is one of the most important tutorial of our series. We are on to the fourth topic, that is root guard and support utility. Now let's see what we are going to build. So first thing is to create two new folders under app with respective files. Now app folder is the root folder. So the first folder defender will contain root.guard.ts file and the other folder support utility will contain three interceptors, error interceptor, JWT interceptor and local backend.ts file. Now we'll be adding the code to the respective files starting with root.guard.ts, error interceptor.ts, JWT interceptor.ts, and at last local backend.ts. So let's start coding. Now here we are in our IDE. So we'll be creating folders. For that, we'll be creating on the app folder and new folder. The name of our folder is Defender. Inside Defender, we'll be creating a new file that is root.guard.ts. Now inside this file, we'll be adding code. Now this is the code. Now if you take a look over here, we are implementing can activate interface. Now this interface works on routers. So we'll be marking can activate interface to all those links that we want to secure. Now this logic over here will act as a filter, which will check for the user's validity. If it found an invalid user, it will return that user back to the login page. But if the user is valid, it will return true and user will be forwarded to the requested resource. The next thing is to create another folder and the name of that folder is support utility. Now inside support utility, we'll be creating three interceptors. And the first interceptor is error dot interceptor dot ts. Now let's add the code to the error interceptor dot ts. Now here, if you see, the interface that we are implementing is HTTP interceptor. Now this interface works on all kind of requests which are going through the application. In this interceptor, we are specifically checking for the error code 401, which means unauthorized access. Now this error code will be added to the request by local backend interceptor that we'll be going to create after this. So if the request contains 401, which means the user is unauthorized, the authentication service will log out that particular user and it will throw the error. Once it is done, if the request doesn't contain 401, it will send the request to the next handler. Now there are several error codes apart from 401 like 200 OK or 500, that is for internal server error. The next file that we are going to create is JWT interceptor. Now let's add the code to this interceptor. In this interceptor, we are again implementing HTTP interceptor, but the job of this particular interceptor is different. With the help of this class, what we are doing is we are adding the headers to the request. Now if you take a look at the if condition, we have added one more condition which is specific to the GitHub API. Now since we already have one GitHub API call to fetch the resource, we want to exclude this API call from adding the authorization token, because this API doesn't require any extra parameters, and if we add the extra parameters, it won't return anything to us. So we want our working API call to keep on working, and for that we are excluding that API call from this set header part. And once that is done, we are passing the request to the next handler. The third interceptor that we are going to create is local backend.ts. Now let's add code to the local backend.ts. Now this is a lot of code in this particular class, and the reason is we want to simulate the local API call. Okay, and this particular class over here, if you take a look at this section here, we are adding 401 error code to mark the user as unauthorized, and we are setting 200 for this request in order to mention that this user is fine and the request is a success. So this is all for the coding part. Now let's take a look at the summary of what we have learned in this particular tutorial. So the root guard and support utility summary contains, we have created two folders. The first folder contains root guard file, and the name of the folder was Defender. The second folder, support utility, contains 3 interceptors, one of which has the local database storing logic. The root guard will act as a safeguard for the application to prevent the invalid user's access. And support utility will have various utility logics to support our application. Now this is it for this tutorial. In the next tutorial, we'll be creating custom service and we'll be completing all other configurations. So by the end of next tutorial, we'll have our secured application up and running. So please like, share, leave comment about the tutorial. Also, don't forget to subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon to get the latest notifications from us. Thanks for watching.